Hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. This video is going to be the most casual approach that you can take to doing your dailies and getting them done as fast as possible. This is for anybody out there that has a limited amount of time or wants to take, of course, like I said, the most casual approach possible to an ARPG, which is nothing but a dungeon crawler, which is by nature full of grind. Now, this is the things that I would do and I would suggest doing if you want to get in, get out, and at least get your daily activity rewards done as efficient as you can. So what you need is for your battle pass points here in the codex, as we can see. This is for new, old, and returning players. However you want to take a approach to this, but we're doing the bare bones of this here. So we can get into the nitty-gritty, like I said, the details of it later on, but this is, as it stands on paper, this is the approach we're going to take here. So you need 120 battle pass points per day to get all these chests. You want these chests because at the end of the run, well, let's go over them first. So the first chest at 30 points, you'll get 100 hilts, and a flower, we're not even going to discuss that right now. The second chest, again, another flower, and simple charm, purification shards, and 15 pet food, familiar food. That's what the spirit essence is. I just call it pet food. And then the last chest is the 300 platinum. So you get 300 platinum a day by doing the dailies. Okay, and that's unfortunately very, very minimalistic, but it is what it is because the market is dead. You still want to get platinum any way you can, and this is, this is over time. But you'll miss out on it if you don't do it every day. This does accumulate 120 points. So if you do not get your daily chests done and say you skip a day, it will carry over, but it only carries over a day or two. And then you really start missing out. So yeah, same thing applies over here to the set piece from doing 3 dungeons a day. 3 dungeons a day, you will get a guaranteed set piece. So these are worth doing. All this is worth doing right here. So the quickest way to get your 120 points, and the best approach that I find anyway, is first you're going to want to do this. Now we'll break this down for new players too. Got to get to West March. West March is your main hub from which pretty much everything is based out of. So once you get to West March, if you're just starting out, get to West March. We'll get that out of the way. So this is your main map for everything. Now you're going to eventually unlock the Herodic Sanctum here. Once you get this unlocked, you go and run this. You run inside, you fight some mobs, you get 4 chest keys every day by running this, which is why you need to do this on a daily. And then at the end of it, you get 1 free chest to open that will give you your secondary attribute gems. And they go towards investing into your secondaries. So they're not legendary gems, but they are gems that you use to invest, raising your secondary stats in the Herodic Sanctum here. So that's the whole point of this one. And this one is a daily thing. So definitely do this one every day. This is a must. Okay, now we move on to the other ones. We just mentioned it earlier, which is dungeons. At least do 3. I would suggest at least 5. At least 5. And again, this is bare minimum. We're not talking about doing dungeons until you get your party gems in with 4 people. No, we're just talking about doing the bare minimum here. So at least do 5. Why 5? Because you want to get to that 120 point battle point progression bar here. But the thing is with dungeons, even with randoms, whatever dungeon you get in a random, and you can do 7 if you want, because then you have a guaranteed another set piece on top of that. But the thing with random dungeons is they are tied to whichever dungeon you get is how many battle points you will get. So say you get Cavern of Echoes in a random dungeon run, you will get 15 battle points from that one. Say you get The Cathedral, you will get 20 battle points from that one. That's how these work. Whichever one you get in that random run is whatever points that is shows in the battle pass here is what you're going to get for doing so. So it's not like, oh, I'll do, 3 dungeons and that's, if it was a flat rate, if it was 20 a piece, that's 60, but it's not. If you get this one, the Forgotten Tower, and then the Cathedral, you're going to get 20 and 15. You're not going to get 20 points each time. So that's the little tricky thing there that, I didn't find out until I actually started hashing these out, and I was tracking my point score here because I didn't claim them yet. Yeah, so that's how that works, and I was actually honestly surprised because I'd never paid that much attention to it before. But that's how these random dungeons work. They work the same way as if you're doing them separately. They are tied to the battle pass point, whatever one is assigned to them in here. Now, as you can see, the biggest one out of all of them, sadly enough, is the Silent Monastery. The Silent Monastery, out of all the rest of the dungeons that we have in the game currently, gives 25 battle points. The most out of all of them. So, take that for what you will. But anyway, so there's that. So you do the Herodric Sanctum right here. You go to Party Finder on your bar here. You go to Random Dungeon. You hit Quick Matching, and you run these. I'd say, like I said, 5 times. 5 times. 5 times. 5 times. Sorry, that's a Booker T reference, but wrestling. And then Elder Rift. Do your Elder Rifts, and I would suggest doing these 5 times in one day. Why? Because most times, depending if you're in Shadows and Immortals, you can of course get the Blessed Chest. You can get keys. You can get 3 keys a day, depending if you can still get them or not. Eventually, it does fall off in Shadows after a certain point. It's just how it goes. But anyway, so there's that. That's just an extra added bonus. But I suggest doing 5. Why? Because the weekly limit turns into 280 of these Fading Embers. You want these to accumulate, and what you do with those is you will use that at a jewel crafter to craft these purple eternal legendary crests. That's the long and short of it as far as what's concerned with Elder Rifts and why you want to do 5 a day. This will take the edge off so you can disperse this amount throughout the week and just do 5 a day. And also, in the process of doing 5 a day, again, this is a get in, get out, bare bones minimalistic approach. Right here, the Elder Rifts will net you. They net you eight battle points. Where are they right now? Elder Rifts, right here. They net you 8 battle points. So that's 40 points for doing 5 a day. So you got 40 points there. The Herodric Sanctum, you get 10, so that's 50. And then finish it off, I'd say, with your dungeons, your 5 dungeons. And then, boom, you're done. You don't even have to do Battlegrounds, PvP. You don't have to do bounties even. Nothing of that sort. And again, this is the most bare, minimalistic, casual approach that you can get. And over time, yeah, you will miss out on certain things, but that's not what we're looking at here. This whole approach to this video and this topic is for anybody that's completely casual, wants to get maximized dailies, of course, because there's a ton of games out that we all play have daily systems in place, and this is what it is for Diablo Immortal right here. That's it. So then once you do that, you're done. And then you can get on with your day. A lot of people play this very casually because it is a mobile game at its core. But again, also, it's an ARPG, and that involves grind. And then that's a whole nother ball of wax, of which we are just glossing over for the sake of this video and how it's comprised. Bare bones, period. That's it. Bullet point. Again, one more time. Herodric Sanctum. 1 run of that per day. 5 Elder Rifts. 5 dungeons. That's it. And then after you do all of that, you go to the hilt trader up here and get your stuff, or get the minimalistic approach here.
Well,
that's it.
Nothing of interest.
The most minimalistic approach that you can get, and your daily is done, so you can get in, get out, move on with your day, handle your business, all that kind of stuff. So there you go. I'm going to leave it at that. This has already gone on long enough. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Take care of yourselves out there in the real world and fire as always. Stay safe as best you can, one day at a time. That's all you can do. Until next time, see ya.